And Kyle Busch doing a heck of a job. He came in here 67 points behind Clint Bowyer in second spot. And right now, because of the fact that he is leading and Bowyer in the two cars running in 15th, he has effectively taken the points lead by 10 points over Clint Bowyer. Kyle Busch on a march.
This man's amazing, I'm telling you. He's dominating every series that he runs. He may not be winning every race, but every race he seems to have a dominant car or truck. Jamie?
Well, guys, I interviewed Todd Braun, the owner of the car that Kyle Busch is running right now, and I said, how in the world, for a team that's just a two-car effort, sometimes a three-car effort, you get a guy like Kyle Busch, Denny Hamlin, Ryan Vickers, how do you get him behind the wheel? He said, Jamie, we don't have that kind of money to give to these guys, but these guys are racers, and because of our personal relationship, they want to run. Kyle Busch had these races available, so he's behind the wheel. He brought home the win last weekend, and then this week, Todd Braun announced that he may merge, and he told me he's open to the option of merging, and that may be what he's forced to do if this series does indeed go to the COT car. And Rusty can elaborate on that.
Tell you what, it's going to cost a lot of money to take these cars to the new COT nationwide style cars, and it's freaking a lot of the drivers out right now. A lot of the team owners are talking about how can they survive if they're going to spend all this money to swap over. So NASCAR, so smart people, they're thinking about that and they're listening.
Kyle Busch, our leader. Now Kyle has led for 49 laps. Behind him is Denny Hamlin in the 18 car in second position. There comes Denny Hamlin in the 18. And then in third spot behind him is Brad Keselowski.
After watching how much rain fell here earlier today, Brad, I don't think I'd have bet that we were going to see an official race today, but here it comes.
Well, I'll tell you, I wouldn't have thought that either, Alan, but as we move forward, it's kind of the same old thing. We see Kyle Busch running out front, Denny Hamlin's following up, and Brad Keselowski's having a very strong run, and Joey Logano, after a pit road accident, has worked himself back up to 10th position.
Going to see the leaders on pit road here in just a minute. Let's take you up to speed, presented by Nationwide Insurance. Go downstairs and find out what we can expect when these stops begin to happen. We start in the leaders' pit with Jamie.
Well, another week, another race, and another race that Kyle Busch has been dominating. He's in that 32 car again, already 4 wins under his belt this season, and he was fighting a grip condition that he was suffering. He said he wasn't getting the same amount of grip as the other cars around him, but he said he didn't want to sacrifice the setup. They didn't make any changes on his one and only pit stop, so he said the car right now is pretty good. And Kyle Busch is your leader. He said the car is good, as I just reported recently. They're just going to make a little air pressure adjustment, take 4 tires. That 32 Braun Racing team going to work on the right sides. 4th race in a row that Kyle Busch has been behind the wheel here. Different team, though, that he won with last week, even though it is the same car number. They're on the left sides there for Kyle Busch. They had a good first stop, guys, and it looks like it's going to be a solid second start. Oh, and Denny Hamlin just barely gets him on the exit, guys.
Watch the race off pit road. Contact the 88 and the 32 leaving the pits. Hamlin will gain a couple of spots, move to the outside of Kyle Busch on pit road. Kyle loses a spot, and so does Keselowski. David Reutemann up 3. And there's the damage from the contact from the 32 and the 88.
This is a pit road you just can't get off of without hitting each other. It's just so tight. These guys are racing each other for those spots.
And I tell you, I got to see the other car, the 88 car, because if he got hit that hard, tore the left side all the way up. Let's take a look at his fender. Oh, yeah, he's got that fender knocked in that 88 car pretty good.
Could even have a toe-in issue there. As hard as they hit, it could have hit that wheel.
He's trying to move around the car pitting in front of him, and there is contact as we exit pit road. We'll try to update the damage on both of these cars when we come back in just a moment.
Door is killed. You can see it in here. Check the front fender. Make sure it's not hurt in front of the tire.
32 car concerned over that tire rub and sort of heavy damage. Rusty, as a driver, how much are you concerned when you're sitting here? How much can you feel that in the car?
Well, I don't think you're really going to feel it unless the tire's actually hitting the fender, and right now it is hitting the fender. He's got smoke coming off that left front tire, Jerry, so the driver can probably smell it for sure. A little smoke in the backside of that tire, Andy, it looks like.
Yeah, I'm a little worried about this. I'd never like to see a tire rub at Dover, because when you blow a tire out here, you hit hard.
154 miles an hour was the qualifying speed. They probably sail off in the corner at over 175 or 80 miles per hour. 32 car damage, trying to make his way back through the field. There's the 32 car. By the way, with the troubles for Kyle Busch, who's now in 11th position, Clint Bowyer being shown as the points leader. Bowyer being shown now up in the 8th spot.
Let's see if the tire pressure, Andy, coming up on the 32 car, Kyle Busch, if that's causing the smoke to stop. If you have a low tire, it's going to get over, hit that fender, and as the pressure comes up, it could fix itself.
Well, what kind of fixes itself is as you travel into these corners and that banking picks up, that tire gets crammed up in there, and it'll actually push away that sheet metal over time. If it doesn't blow it out, it may make enough clearance.
So it turns itself into a rubber hammer, right?
Yeah, that's exactly right.
Now, one of the cars that was damaged on pit road in the contact with the 88 car, the car is the 32 car of Kyle Busch. He came out in 15th position, and now Kyle Busch is driven all the way back up to 8th spot.
Tell you what, guys, he is on a mission right now. I mean, it's no surprise to any of us how hard he drives. That last time by, a 24.47 compared to a 70 of the leader, so he's outrunning them over 0.2 of a second a lap. It's just a matter of time. If they get another caution, he'll be right back in this game. Jamie?
I'm standing by with this crew chief, Trent Owens, and Trent's been watching this whole thing from up here. So, Trent, you guys had a lot of damage on that, but he's working his way forward. Do you think the car is good enough to make it to the end and get into victory lane?
Well, we definitely hurt the aero part of the car, but lap times are real competitive right now. Kind of need a caution to get caught up, but Dollar General Camry's really strong, and if we get back to the front, I think we can give 18 a run for us money.
You guys have been snake bitten with Kyle Busch in this car. What would it mean for you to go to victory lane with him? Because it was Todd Losey last week.
Yeah, it'd mean a lot. I mean, that's what we're trying to do is go to victory lane, and 32 team got a win last week with Todd Losey crew chief, and so I'm dying to get a win. This team really deserves a win. They worked really hard. We put some good cars on the racetrack. Felt like we should have got a win, so maybe it'll come today. But we got to have a caution to get caught up.
All right, guys. Kyle Busch told me yesterday he would do anything to get a win for this crew chief, Trent Owens, who has been working so hard with him this year to get to victory lane.
And keep an eye on the 32 car of Kyle Busch, who's going to light the fires. Got to believe Kyle Busch is going to be very aggressive here in these final 40 laps.
Oh, man, I think Kyle Busch car is going to look like it's got 8 tires on it. That thing was hooked up, fastest car on the track earlier, and now he's back in it now.
He's got a little smoke coming off that left front.
Wow, that's from the fender problem earlier, and this is caused by low air pressure right now. Should go away if it doesn't blow out first.
Mike Wallace behind him. That's 9th and 10th position. See him trying to get by Dario Franchitti right in front of him.
Mike Wallace sticks it in there. Well, Mike's having a good race.
He really is. I mean, his car's running great today. He's been solid top 10 throughout the day, and I believe this was the site of Mike's first victory. He did get it at Dover, Delaware, so he loves this racetrack.
Mike's first win came here at this racetrack in May of 1994. He loves this track indeed. He's always had good top 10 runs here, trying to get another one today. Here's Mike Wallace trying to sneak a peek beneath the 32 car.
Outside.
32 car of Kyle Busch in the wall, double spin. He and Leffler, a couple of Toyotas, heavy contact on the restart here at Dover, Delaware.
Oh, man, cautions bring cautions, too. I tell you, 32 laps to go. You know they're getting wound up and going for it.
These are team cars. They're both owned by Todd Braun, so you wouldn't want to wreck anybody, particularly not your teammate.
You know that wasn't on purpose. I don't know how they got together, but it sure killed Kyle Busch's car.
Unbelievable. But you know, Andy, doesn't surprise me much, though. With only 30 laps to go, I mean, these guys got to get up on the wheel, and you always try to take advantage on a restart. That's where you can pass a lot of cars.
So it's go time, what I call it.
Jason Leffler, in the top 10, it was 8th in points. Kyle Busch was 2nd in points, and watch Leffler's car. See where the contact is.
Leffler just got big time loose and back over, and there's his teammate of all people, and bam, both of them out.
Kyle was giving him plenty of room, but when the 38 car got sideways, you can see right here, he had to correct it and took him right into the quarter pound.
And boy, Kyle's probably thinking, where in the world did this come from? Because I was so high on the track already.
I bet Todd Braun's wondering where he came from, too.
Oh, my gosh, he's probably sick. You're right.
Come to the bottom, come to the bottom, come to the bottom. Still keep coming. There you go. They're all around. They're all around.
You're riding with Kyle Busch.
Right here, corner.
Just kind of got blindsided right there.
Second.
And, you know, that wasn't even tight racing whatsoever. He just got that loose, and he had to use up that much real estate. Jason Leffler did in the 38 car to save it. And, boy, it's...
Let's go down to Dave Burns.
And Kyle has hopped out of his car right now, and pretty wicked hit in a hurry from your teammate there. What happened?
Just have a teammate that can't stand to be number 2. I don't know what Leffler was thinking there. I went to the top, got a huge run on the top side, was going to clear about 3 of them. He drove up 2 lanes to hit me. I mean, I don't know what else I could have done to this Dollar General Toyota to miss it, but just frustrating. Hope Todd and I can talk and take care of that.
Looks like his car got away from him, Kyle. Do you think he shouldn't have been racing you that close through the turn?
Duh. You get air pulled off the side of you and you wreck. So, just very irresponsible driving.
All right. Thanks, Kyle. Glad he's okay. Walking away now from a day which could have been his, but it ends early.
Well, you can see why he'd be frustrated. And he did get blindsided. He didn't realize what happened.
Teammates, and there will obviously need to be some discussion there. There's Leffler, who was running full-time in the NASCAR Nationwide Series, although Kyle Busch was running full-time thus far and had a chance, and earlier in this race was the points leader.
I'm telling you what, guys, I hate that for any owner, any driver, because I know what these things cost. Man, that's an incredible loss for Todd Braun right now. 2 cars out the day, then they lost one last week also at Charlotte. So, 3 cars in 2 weeks.
Here are the crew chiefs. There's Todd Losey on the right. Of course, Trent Owens was calling the shots for Kyle Busch today, and they will go back and try to sort that out.
It's going to be tense at the shop this week.
Well, Kyle Busch is a great competitor, and you know why he's so upset. I mean, he didn't even see it coming. Like I said, he was blindsided by the whole thing because he got hit in the very back, and that's what spun him around.
Little spot here on pit road. Some of that.
Let's show you what happened. That's why we are still running under caution, waiting for the green. Now, watch the dryer coming by and just blew up the asphalt right off the edge there of pit road, right where the asphalt and concrete seam comes together as they were trying to dry it. It just blew a big hole there in the asphalt right where you come off of pit road or come onto pit road exiting turn 4.
That'll give you a little bit of appreciation of how much force those jet engines have. They've called the green off for that.
Well, if anybody's got an asphalt machine, get it over here. We need it fixed by tomorrow at least, right? I couldn't. You see a lot of crazy things at races, and that was one of the weirdest things I think I've seen. That's just amazing. Jerry, I've seen potholes in the track. They patch full of concrete. But this is unreal.
We have seen some very bizarre things happen at the entrance to this pit road over the years, but that may take the cake right there, trying to dry the track and obviously get some of the moisture off, and wow, it just blows a big patch of the asphalt up.
Really just going to create a bump right there, Rusty. I don't think it's going to be a big problem for them. It's right there in that lane where they're coming in. Most of the cars that are pitted on the other end of pit road will be in the right-hand lane and be going around that.
Yeah, you're exactly right, Andy. I don't think, that's going to affect them. Like you say, it's a little bump. The drivers will come in, they'll feel that. The crew chiefs remind their drivers, hey, watch that section. But other than that, I don't think it's going to affect this race at all.